Hey guys, what's up? So I struggled posting my Williamsport video, the part 2 to Greg and Megan. And there's a lot of reasons why I struggled. One, it was because this was my first time really admitting a lot of these things, and it was embarrassing and painful. It's painful to remember those things, but as I was retelling the story with Greg and I watched it back, we just seemed too jovial. We seemed too happy, or this might come out as weird, but any memory I have with Greg, I remember fondly, even the bad ones, because it's our history and it's made us who we are. So I want to go over the things in Williamsport that we forgot to mention or elaborate on something so you really get the understanding of how dark it was. So, like I said, we were driving 3 hours one way to go pick up dope back in my hometown area. And that cost a lot of money and broke Greg's car within weeks. And I blew through my disbursement, which is thousands of dollars. And I just blew through it. So money was not something that I came across often. My mom did send me money a good bit. My dad did too. And I found ways to get money or make money. But a lot of the time we were broke and dope sick. Super, super dope sick. We would go, there would be times, this was the first time where we really had to go more than a day. Because normally I would get dope sick and then I'd find a way to pick up and get well that night. But not in Williamsport. We were dope sick for days. And we got so desperate at one point that we were trying to clear out our cottons and try and shoot up whatever we could. And we got such bad cotton fever that we were having seizures. And it was just bad. We went to the hospital the one time, and like I said, they kicked me out because I said I had a bunch of coke in my system, which I really don't understand, but I'm sure it was just something was cut with coke. And I worked a job as a waitress. I got a job and I worked there a few shifts, and I stole money from one of the other servers. I was a piece of shit. And I remember one time Greg was out with our friend. I'm not going to say his name this time. I was a little too carefree about the names because I do know that they're not their real names, but I still don't want to name people because that is the nickname they go by. So Greg was out with our one friend trying to find stuff, and he was gone all day. And he had my phone because we only had one phone, and our friend didn't have a phone. So he had to be able to get stuff, and I was so stressed out. I had a work shift to go to, I think at 4 o'clock, and at 3:30 Greg shows up empty-handed. There's nothing, and he's still sick. I can clearly see that he's still sick, and I'm sick, and I'm stressing out, and I'm starting to have a panic attack because I have to go to work and I'm not well, and I don't know how to work when I'm not well. And he's driving me to work, and we're halfway there, and I am just so spastic. I punched him in the face while he was fucking driving. I just turned and clocked him. And he didn't hit me back. He didn't do anything. He just looked at me and gave me this look Megan, I swear to God, if you do that again. I can't even associate with, I don't relate to that person. We were so broke that we stole food, that the security guard knew that we were stealing food, so he would either watch us or he would let us take Pop-Tarts. We were getting food from the food bank, and that was literally the only food we had. And yeah, I said we had moldy bread, but I was still so grateful to have that bread. I was so grateful to have those stale bagels. I was so grateful to have the canned food. We didn't have heat. It was just bad. I was a smoker then. I couldn't buy cigarettes, so we would buy the Marble Smooths because they were buy one, get one free. And if we couldn't buy cigarettes, we would walk around campus and pick up all the cigarette butts that had a little bit left, take them home, empty out the tobacco, roll it up, and smoke it. That's how fucking desperate I was for a cigarette. It was just bad. There was we had to walk all over Williamsport to find drugs. Sometimes I could take the bus because I had a student pass, but I still had to pay for that. So sometimes I couldn't even afford to take the bus. And we would walk forever dope sick, and it would be in the snow, and Greg was the only reason I got through that time, because if I didn't have him, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I guess I wouldn't have been there maybe, but we have a bond that really has overcome so much. And I just really wanted to convey that it wasn't a good time, it wasn't fun, and there were like 2 highlights and maybe a couple moments of like, this isn't so bad, but really it sucked. It sucked so bad. And I've never been that poor or down ever. And I haven't been since. Like, I struggle financially now, but my struggle is I feel rich all the time because I'm so happy now. But yeah, I don't know. If you have any questions, let me know. The next part of the story, like I mentioned, Greg is homeless, so like it was bad for him. It got a little bit better for me because I could sleep on my mom's couch. But yeah, I don't know. We'll continue this story. I just really wanted to make sure that you guys got an accurate representation because I don't feel like I was painting the right picture for you. I feel like it was too exciting or too funny, and it wasn't funny and it wasn't cool, and I hated it. It was such a dark period. We were alone. We didn't have Wi-Fi. We didn't have internet. I had one phone. It was pre-smartphones, but it was like kind of had a smartphone, so I could hook up to MySpace on it. Actually, funny story, this was like when MySpace was still pretty new. MySpace had been around for a while, but mobile MySpace was new, and my phone could connect to data. So I messaged Nikki6. I was like, I'm addicted to heroin and I can't stop and I don't know what to do. And he responded because he actually got it. Like, blows my mind that he still responded. And he said that the pain is temporary and sobriety can be forever. So just get through it. I didn't listen. It took me a while. Yeah, okay. Sorry, this is kind of somber. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.